Guys, here we are Wednesday night. I'm excited to be here with you. My name is Gerald W. Parker. I'll be one of your presenters tonight, along with my co-host, Mr. Eric Wilner. Now, me personally, I'm having some technical difficulties. My computer seems to have a mind of its own, so I'm coming in on my phone. Fernando, can you hear me clearly, sir?
Loud and clear, Mr. Parker. Great evening.
Great
Yes,
evening,
sir.
my friend. I think you're going to have to help us out a little bit with the PowerPoint presentation as you go through the slides, unless Eric can pull them up on his end. Mr. Wilner, are you able to?
Good evening, my friends. How are you?
If it gets any better, I won't be able to stand it, sir.
It looks like you're in heaven, with the white in the background. I'm just waiting for the angel wings to flap.
Yes, sir. Keep your eyes open. It's coming.
All right, let me see here. I'm trying to move some screens around and let's see.
Guys, while Eric is working on that, I want to say congratulations to all of you who took the time to be with us tonight. This is an exciting time. I spent the entire day on the phone with business partners who are just joining today, who are excited about what we bring to the table and the ability that we have to really change the trajectory of people's lives financially with what we have. I mean, this whole concept of being able to invest in silver and receive a passive income has never been done before, and we're the first and we're the only, and it's exclusive to MWR. So the opportunities that we present are one of a kind. Again, you can't go anywhere else and get it. Not to mention what we bring to the table in the way of services. They're effective. They're real. I mean, the program offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. So this is a no-lose proposition for anyone that this business touches. And for those who are interested in generating additional streams of income, this is the vehicle, and no question about it. It set me free, 8+ years ago, and continues to do the same today. When all else fails, the residual income still comes every single day without fail. 5 p.m., the notification shows up on my phone. And guys, I mean, not just for me, but so many people, thousands of people across the country, the same things are happening to them. And all they did was plug in to their system, and the expert did the work. And it's just that simple. So all we've got to do is create the discipline that we need to have the life that we want. And tonight, you get a chance to see and hear what all the excitement is about as people continue to come in and Eric gets the PowerPoint prepared for us. Now, here's what we promised tonight. We're not going to be before you long, but we're going to provide you with some impactful information, enough information for you, we hope, to be able to make an educated decision, to join us on this mission, this ministry, this crusade, this movement. That's what this has become. And people are hurting now more than ever before. And they're excited and they're serious about getting their financial life in order. And all they need is a vehicle, a way to get there. Reggie, welcome to the platform. Glad to have you, sir. He's off and running, ladies and gentlemen. Explosive opportunities were presented to him, and he took full advantage of it starting today. So, congratulations, sir. It's an honor to be in business with you. And thanks for taking the time out of your schedule to be on the platform tonight. We're going to get into the meat of this discussion here very shortly. But Mr. Wilner, I see the PowerPoint, sir.
All right, looks like we're locked and loaded and ready to go.
So good deal, guys. Well, listen, let's go ahead and get started. But before I'd be remiss if I really didn't take a moment to introduce who I'm sharing the stage with tonight. Not only a business partner, but a true friend, and in his own right. I mean, highly successful in the real estate business, in the financial service industry, in the mortgage business. He's created and is the host of the longest running syndicated real estate radio show in the country. You hear it air every morning out of South Florida, but dropping some incredible knowledge, helping people understand how they can become homeowners. But that ties into who he is. Why does he commit himself for a quarter of a century to a platform like that? What was the motivation to even start that? His motivation was his heart and his desire to see people win in a major way. There are three core principles that this young man shared with me when we first met nearly 4 years ago, and they've stuck with me. I've had a chance to meet his family, his beautiful wife, his children, and his father, and I clearly understand after meeting Mr. Wilner Sr., I understand that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So no surprise to me that Eric Wilner is who Eric Wilner is. So Eric, if you would, before we start, share those core beliefs with our audience, if you don't mind, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for that very nice introduction. And that's especially when it's given by a gentleman and a scholar, a doctor of theology, an amazing speaker, and now also to his add to his list, the author of the book, Get Excited or Stay Broke Forever. And so thank you for that, Dr. Parker. You know, from the very beginning of my real estate career, I loved helping people to achieve home ownership, and it's become a cornerstone of my beliefs. And pretty much everything that I do rotates around that, and that's why I've been in the real estate business now over 30 years, in the mortgage business about 25, and everything I do is live, eat, and breathe the idea of providing home ownership. And one of the things I get to talk about tonight is how what we're talking about tonight, the opportunity that we're talking about tonight, is exactly aligned with that idea of providing home ownership. Even when the banks say no, we say yes to that proposition. So, principle number one is I believe that everyone should be a homeowner, and everybody can be a homeowner. Through our programs, there's not a single person out there, regardless of credit, regardless of their previous financial standing, that can't own a home. And so this is one thing that aligns very well. Number two is that I believe that you should have your financial house in order. And whether you call it a life plan, a game plan, a business plan, a financial plan, you must have it in writing. We're bombarded by so many messages every single day, and so many shiny objects that pull us in different directions, and just a ton of big businesses out there marketing to us, trying to vacuum the money right out of your pocket. So it's important to have a roadmap, a written financial plan. That's number two. And number three is that I believe everyone should turn that financial plan into a business plan and own a business. At the end of the day, what we're trying to accomplish, right? Financial independence. Financial independence isn't a number. It's not a dollar amount. It's the ability to live your life independent of financial decisions. And in order to do that, you have to have finances coming in independent of where you spend your time. You have to stop trading hours for dollars. So those are the three principles that I really fundamentally believe in. I couldn't do anything else that didn't align with those three principles. And tonight we're going to talk about that.
Absolutely,
Right,
sir.
sir.
And they do
Mr.
align
Eric Wilner,
perfectly.
Dr. GW,
Yes,
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Can you put the full screen? It looks like we see a little screen on the right side.
is that
Uh,
right?
yeah, maybe the display settings should allow you to do
Yeah, I
a
thought
complete
I
PowerPoint.
had the full screen. Let me do this. Let me stop the share. And I'm just moving into a brand new office. They just set up my computer screens and all that good stuff. And so now I'm definitely learning how to do it. Um, let's see here, and
I
I
think if you go
apologize.
to display settings right up above, it should give you access to full screen.
Display settings, the video.
Yeah, right up above the PowerPoint, there's a section that reads display settings, and it's like on the main screen above.
Yeah, I've got it split up on three different screens. That's why. Let's see here. What I probably want to do.
Meanwhile, everyone, good evening. Continue to invite folks, so it's about to get good.
That's right. All
Well,
right, there.
okay.
Fernando, I think he just lost it. If he can't pull it up, are you able to
Sure.
Round
display the
one
screen for us?
Yeah.
from the beginning, slideshow.
Slideshow is what you want, Eric.
And tell me, do you see the full screen now?
We still see but you know what? The screen looks good, but still looks the same. It looks like on the right slide, it says next slide, so we can see the gentleman already on there you go. Perfect.
Yeah, that's it,
You're a
Now,
right there,
champion.
buddy.
is that
You
it?
are a champion. All set.
Hey, 4 years of college paid off.
You got it, guys. That's it. This is what happens when we go live. Let's have some fun with this. Eric, listen. So, to all of our guests, welcome and congratulations. Your invitation only exclusive VIP access has been granted. I'm telling you, you're sitting in the catbird seat. This is what we all have been waiting for, an opportunity to win, and we've got that tonight. Tonight, we talk about Make Wealth Real. Let's move forward, Eric. Thank you, sir. So, Eric, let's talk about something that we all are familiar with and that we all realize, but we haven't been able to do anything about it. The system is broken. Most hardworking people are doing everything right, yet they're still falling behind. Eric, help us understand why.
It all goes back to our education, right? We're taught to go to school, get good grades, so that you can get a safe and secure job. And that was a great piece of advice if you were alive in the early 1900s. But today, even though things have changed, their income's still tied to time. And that's the important thing that we have to realize, that we have to slowly separate our time from the way that we earn our income. Number two, inflation, right? They used to be the silent killer. Today, not so silent, steals a person's purchasing power. A dollar today is not worth what a dollar was 10 years ago. And 10 years from now, we're going to see it be worth even less. So how does a person save their way into financial independence? Well, the fact is that they don't. And then when you add in taxes, debt, and the banks who win first, right? The taxes are taken before you even receive your paycheck. Today, the Wall Street Journal published again, 34.5 cents out of every dollar that Americans earn goes to pay interest and finance charges. And so once again, debt and banks win first. And then that leaves retirement as being completely uncertain, even for high, six-figure earners. I see people simply broke at a different level. And so the question I ask, right? And if you were to apply to a college that had an 80% fail rate, would you join that college? And I know that the answer is no. So if this system worked, wouldn't more people be financially free by now?
Hmm. You're absolutely right. If it worked, we all would be financially free by now. But here's the hard truth, Eric. Working harder is no longer the answer, right? Saving more doesn't work. Traditional investing, I've got some, let's see. Traditional investing takes decades. Most people are one emergency away from financial disaster. See, the real problem isn't effort, it's that most people were never taught leverage or how money actually works. Who's teaching us these things?
Yeah, we talk all the time about there's rules. There's a game, a money game being played out there. Wall Street's in on it, Washington's in on it. Why aren't you in it? And why aren't they teaching us that in schools? So what do people really want, Dr. Parker?
Well, listen, it's not just money, it's bigger than that. What people want is time freedom, predictable income, peace of mind, the ability to live life on their terms. We want to be able to dictate the terms.
And by the way, think about this. What is the one conversation that everybody has every single day of every single week of their lives?
It's about money. That's the talk. Money.
So here's the thing, most people think that they have to work harder, they have to work, more hours or put in, grind a little bit more. Imagine, imagine now building a system a system of generating income, working more hours, without taking massive risks, without sacrificing your current lifestyle. What if, what if you could build wealth without using that existing income that you have, without waiting for decades? See, that's the hard part, right? Without the proper tools and without leverage, it just simply takes too long. And without becoming a financial expert, most people are intimidated by all of the information out there in the financial markets. So this is where everything
Yeah,
changes, right, Dr. Parker?
this is exactly where everything changes. Guys, because of MWR, look, here's what we bring to the table. We want to assist you in these areas: time freedom, financial independence, faster results, safer, and smarter. We've got a system in place.
And the
See,
good
and,
thing
and
about
Eric,
that,
Well, I want to
Yeah,
point
go
out
ahead.
too, this is not just theory. This is an actual system that actually works and is working for thousands of people across this country.
And that brings us to MWR, a company in a category of one. It's the only, and I've looked around, I know you've looked around as well. It's the only lifestyle and legacy company of its kind. And that's why we're proud here to share with you that the mission here, which aligns very well with some of the conversations we had earlier, the mission of MWR is to create more financially independent families than any other company ever has in history. That's a pretty bold goal, isn't it?
I want to be a part of that. No question about it. Now, think about this. Most wealth plans require more money. Ours creates it. How do we do it? You think about it. No need to drain your savings. No second job required. No financial expertise needed. No guesswork at all. No DIY strategies. Do it yourself. MWR's wealth system is expert driven and self funding.
And that's a great point there. It's expert driven and self-funded. Experts mean you don't have to become a PhD in finances. You don't have to be an expert in all the myriad of ways that people earn money. All you have to do is align yourself with one company that has vetted and selected these experts for you. And that's how we do it, right? Number one, we do this by shifting income, right? We reclaim the money that you are already spending, right? We talked about how the government takes its more than fair share of taxes. We've talked about how banks take the interest and the finance charges. Imagine if we could shift that money back into your pocket. Then we'll show you how to create new income streams by earning. Then we talk about leverage. I mentioned leverage, multiply your results, speed up the process using our experts, our teams, and OPM, other people's money. And that's why the next step is freedom, right? To grow passive monthly income with appreciating assets. So let's talk about that. Let's break it down a little bit, Dr. Parker.
Oh, absolutely. When you talk about shifting, putting money back into your pocket, who's taking that money away from us? Big business, the government, and banks, right? So we create a system that allows you to put that money back from your debts, your taxes, your bills, even your daily purchases. Average member result, and this is impressive, 700 to as much as $2,000 a month. Now, Eric, I don't care where people are in their financial life. If we've got the ability to put an additional $2,000 a month back into the pocket from their existing finances, I'd call that a win, sir.
100%. We're not talking about going out and getting a second or a third job. We're talking about putting the money that you already earned back in your pocket and to work for you. And that's when we can now start talking about the next phase, which is earn, right? We want to earn multiple streams of income. Warren Buffett said very eloquently that if until you stop trading hours for dollars, you'll never be able to retire until the day you die. So let's talk a little bit about these multiple streams of income.
Well, listen, here's the thing about it. It gives us an opportunity to really win, and you don't need a lot of people to do it. You just need to find some like-minded individuals that see what you see and are committed to winning and willing to put the opportunity in front of as many people as possible. With as few as 12 team members, you're talking about generating $600 a month. That's a car payment for many people. 36 to 90 team members pays you $1,500 to as much as $3,000 a month. Now we've got the mortgage and rent covered. But Eric, before we go to the next one, $1,500 a month. Let's talk about that. You've always talked about that being pretty much about the average of the Social Security income of an average person in America who's worked 30 or 40 years. We've got people doing this in 30, 60, 90 days.
That's absolutely right. And if you think about it, smart individual has been doing this. You see people in my field in the real estate business. You don't even have to go out and start your own company. You can build a team within a company. And now you've got the leverage. It's not just your efforts, it's a team, it's the leverage of others. And remember, they all have the same goal also. They also want to become financially well off and financially independent. And we're talking about here income that pays repeatedly for members you or your team refer one at a time. And if this system was half as good as what we're talking about, it's like when you go to a restaurant. you tell somebody about what a great experience you had. You see a great show, you tell somebody about that great experience. You have a great experience with a plumber, a doctor, or anything. Wouldn't it be nice in that conversation that we have every single day about money that you say, you know what, the good thing is that I have it handled. I've got a team of experts behind me and the resources in front of me, that the future looks bright. And this is how you use leverage, building a team simply by having the everyday conversation and then multiply your income. So let's talk about leverage.
Let's talk about the bank's money. I mean, what are we used to doing? Giving the bank our money. Now we want some of theirs, right? So we do just like the wealthy do. They don't use their own money to build wealth. They use other people's money. So this program is optional, but I'm telling you, it is phenomenal. I've seen it work on multiple levels. MWR 360, what does it offer? You and I have now the ability to gain a minimum of $50,000 in guaranteed ongoing unsecured business funding. Eric, here's the beautiful part. No collateral, no personal guarantees, no personal credit risk. Now, this concept, recognized as the premier business funding system by Forbes Magazine, Inc. 5000, Entrepreneur Magazine, and a host of other publications. Now, I know you might want to expand a little bit on this one.
Well, this hits home in a couple of different ways. Number one, we all know how important or how limiting credit can be, and part of our program are credit experts that help you to build your credit from the ground up. And if you've got great credit already, I'm going to tell you that until you have an 800 credit score, when your credit score becomes an asset, right? A door opener. Anything less than a 700, you're paying a premium. Now imagine here, what you just described is creating a second credit profile, a business credit profile, one that is independent of the other, one that doesn't risk the other, one requires your personal guarantees and the other one doesn't. So yeah, this is really something phenomenal. So not only do we bring the tax experts, the budgeting experts, the financial planners, the IRS enrolled agents, the housing experts, but we also bring the lending experts and we bring all the resources. So literally under one umbrella, you have access to all of this. And you know what that means, right? That means
Freedom, my friend.
that's right. That's the word, my friend.
No question about it. So let's talk beyond appreciation, guys. We want to introduce you to America's first and only silver rental program. See, an MWR, silver isn't just a way to store value, it works for you. Eric, we talk all the time about putting your money to work for you. Talk about passive income. Your silver actively works to create a consistent flow of monthly income. Unheard of. Why? It's exclusive to MWR. We're talking high yield silver rental agreements that you can't get anywhere else. Now, Eric, I want to stay here for a minute because we're actually, as we speak tonight, are part of history simply because this has never been done. Never in the history of this country has a platform like this been offered to the general public, where we actually can not only hold silver as a tangible asset and take advantage of the appreciation, but we have the ability now, because of the leadership of MWR and the CEO founder, Mr. Brian House, we have the ability to begin to receive a passive income monthly from those holdings.
Yeah, most people have never heard of this. In fact, I'll be honest, I never heard of it until MWR introduced it. You see, I'm very accustomed to the idea of buying real estate, which I invest my money in. And the beautiful thing about investing in real estate is it not only is it a store of value, just like what you're talking about, but it generates a monthly income, right? Through the way of renting out your properties. Never before had I heard that there were people out there that would rent your silver for their own commercial purposes. And now you can own silver, allow it to appreciate independent of whether you rent it or not, but also to earn an actual cash flow that you can either spend it or reinvest it and let it compound. And you know what Einstein said, compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. And so here you've got MWR silver now, right? A precious metal working for you, earning you up to 2% monthly. Think about that. Where else can you invest your money and earn 24 up to 24% annually while having collateral to back up your funds? Think about that for a
Wow.
second. You know, and then you benefit from the asset appreciation that's going to happen naturally. And by the way, I don't know if you've been watching what precious metals have been doing throughout the year in 2025. And the more turmoil and uncertainty that you hear about in the world, they're expecting gold, which now is was at well over 4,000. They expect to see it hit as much as $7,000. Silver, you know, has been going up double digits. All this, what skill do you need? Right? What aspirin do you need for your headaches? I'm going to tell you that I believe very heavily in tangible assets. Some people call them hard assets, like real estate, like precious metals. Tangible, liquid, real assets that you own, right? Titled in your name, that pays you while you own it. Click to buy. That's how hard it is. Click to earn. That's all you got to do. And then get paid over and over and over again. So what does that mean, Dr. Parker?
We're ahead of the curve, my friend. We've got something here. But listen, just to kind of bring it all together again as it relates to MWR's complete wealth building system, let's recap. We talk about shifting, the ability to put as much as $700 to $2,000 a month back into your pocket. And then we turn around and talk about the ability to earn streams of income from 150 to as much as $450,000 a month. That's pretty exciting. And leverage, we're going to use the bank's money and get guaranteed funding of $50,000. And we talk about freedom here, silver assets that can appreciate and pay you passive monthly income at the same time. So, Eric, I mean, to wrap it up, savings, income, funding, and assets all in one ecosystem. We've got something here, guys. This has never been done.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, you know, this is a category of one. You will not find this anywhere else. And that's why tonight you are invited to join the MWR community. And getting started, it's simple, isn't it?
Oh,
Option number one is the membership. The membership, $159.95 per month. What does that get you? All of the experts, all of the resources that we're talking about, all of the savings, plus the silver, the exclusive opportunity to invest there, no contracts, no setup fees. And by the way, that everything else is covered, not just for you, but for your spouse as well, or another person living at the same address. Two people for the price of one. Could be a mother, daughter, father, son, domestic partners, husband, wife, doesn't matter. But you get the benefits of this membership. Option number two is all of the membership benefits that we mentioned, plus a business infrastructure, what I like to call a 100% IRS compliant business in a box. So for a one-time additional $100 to set up your business, think about this, Gerald. Yesterday, I was an employee, a W-2 employee. The next day, I have a business, a fully functioning business with custom, very well put together websites, an out-facing website for marketing that allows you to capture your clients, capture their information, sell while you sleep. Number two, a back office, the accounting, all of the things that you need, and that creates business income streams. You get all of the benefits of the membership because you want to definitely use that, put money back into your pocket, and there you go. For $259.95. Where else can you start a business? Okay. And I'm not even actually starting a business. You're buying an existing proven system business for simply $259.95 a month.
it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen, Eric. No question about it. And for $259.95, as you say, what business can you start? What business can you buy into that gives you the sort of leverage that MWR brings to the table? You think about $259.95 as an investment. What you've just done is partnered with the fastest growing financial strategies company in the country. That's MWR. Not only that, here's the thing that really excites me. This $259.95 investment puts you and I in the middle of a multi-trillion-dollar year industry. That's financial services with the ability to bring to the table the solution to the problem that 98% of the people in this country are facing. The issue is finances. You mentioned it earlier. What is the conversation of the day? It's about money, and you bring the fix.
That's right. And not only that, but it's about the money, it's about the credit. We have, our own in-house that builds your credit as part of your membership. I'm going to tell you, you cannot underestimate the value of being able to build credit. And then, of course, is our Keys to Home Ownership program. This is a program where when the banks say no, we say yes, and we have an opportunity for folks that have been turned down by banks, that have been discouraged, and sometimes, we find people that are fully qualified and ready to become homeowners, but because the system discouraged them, and all of that for a very low membership of $159.95. A good friend of mine, he has a BJ's, a Costco, and a Sam's Club membership, right? So you can see that between the three of those, he pays this amount of money. And I asked him one day, and I says, why do you have three of those memberships? And by the way, he's also a member of MWR. And when I asked him, why do you have this membership? And he says, because it's worth it. When you can save $700 to $2,000 a month. I'll ask you this, Gerald, if you ran into an ATM machine that if you put $159.95, it would spit out between $700 and $2,000 a month. How many times would you repeat that process?
As often as I could, my friend.
That's the simple business decision that you have to make. And there you go. Now it's time to ask yourself, right? What are the questions you want to ask yourself?
Well, here's what you want to ask. Can what I'm doing right now outperform MWR's wealth plan without any risk? Now, based on what you've seen and heard. And question two, if nothing changes, will I be financially free in 5 years or less? Now, that one hurt, but these are real questions that we must answer. Now, if your answer to either of these questions is no, then your decision is made. And I say this, Eric, to our audience. If not MWR, then what? And if not now, then when? I think we're all looking for the same thing. We all want to create freedom. We want peace of mind. We want leverage. We want to be able to kind of dictate the terms ourselves as it relates to our lives, but we need a way to do it. And everybody's searching for a way. And yes, there are things out there, but there's nothing like MWR. We're convinced that this is the way. So, Eric, the time is now, and we know there's no perfect time. There's only now or later. And later usually costs you time and money and leverage that we'll never get back. So there are three simple steps, Eric. What are those next steps?
Number one, get back with the person that invited you here tonight. First of all, thank them for opening your eyes and opening the door to this opportunity. But get back with them and the person that shared that information, and see if there's any other questions that we might be able to answer for you. And of course, if they can't answer it, they can come back to us. This is a partnership. You're in business for yourself, but not in business by yourself. Number two is choose your path. Decide whether the membership and getting to know the process is what you need to do, or whether it's the membership plus the business, if maybe that's the right choice for you. I know for me, when I saw that, $100 separated me from a very lucrative self-funding business, the decision for me was very simple. But then whatever your decision is, plug into the system, start leveraging all of the resources, all of the experts. Imagine having a CPA, an IRS, enrolled agent at your fingertips on speed dial. Imagine having a certified financial planner helping you to write that written financial plan that I talked about. Imagine having an expert that's going to bring to you, show you how to set up business funding to get a guaranteed minimum $50,000 in business funding based on not your personal credit, but your newly developed business credit. By the way, if you already have a business, you're already that much further along the road. And I ask you, how many businesses do you think, if I came up to them and I said, how would you like to have $50,000 guaranteed funding for your business? Could you use a little extra funding in your business? What do you think the answer is going to be 99 out of 100 times?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why, on behalf of Dr. Parker and myself, we want to welcome you to the Make Wealth Real community, where lifestyle and legacy connect. Dr. Parker?
Hey, Eric, listen, I couldn't have said it better. And yes, guys, this is the opportunity of a lifetime, no question about it. Eric, we can stop the screen share and come out to the field. We definitely want to hear from some of the leaders who are involved in this business with us and have been for some time. I think Coach T is with us tonight. We've got our good friend and business partner Fernando Ramirez out of Southern California. My good friend out of Atlanta, Mr. Richard Gere, is with us as well. So, guys, listen. I mean, hear it from some other people, and let them tell you their stories and what they see as it relates to what we have here and how far we can take this. The impact is endless. What we can do, the difference that we can make. There's a lot that we can do with this, no question about it. Fernando Ramirez, your thoughts, sir.
Hey, great to be here. Great evening. Great information, great conversation. Dr. G.W. Parker, Mr. Eric Wilner. Amazing, amazing what we're able to provide and do. Working with you both since day one. Eric and I met with a practice company that we were with before, but never this close. And coming to MWR has given us that opportunity to be able to connect, work together, be a part of the same leadership roundtable. And we're obviously looking for more leaders that want to be a part of what we do. And tonight, if you have heard this for the very first time, you have heard from the best, Dr. G.W. Parker, Mr. Eric Wilner. So kudos to you both. But the cameras and microphones are open if anybody else wants to join us. It's been a beautiful 3.5 years ride, Dr. G.W. Parker, Eric Wilner. Loving the process, seeing our platform evolve and transform. And we do have some leaders that just recently joined. As a matter of fact, we have here there is Embry Moy. He's at breaking records. He became a two-star executive director in 72 hours, I think it was. And then we also have James. I don't know if he's here with us today. James also became a one-star executive director. So they're growing a fast organization within a very short period of time. So he's been able to enjoy that residual income, $5, $20, momentum bonuses on his way to 36 memberships to become a three-star executive director and break the compensation plan. And it's just amazing to see anybody that really feels that it's the time for you to make a change and start speeding up the process. We got two ways that you can get compensated. In 31 years, Dr. G.W. Parker, that I've been a part of this industry, I've enjoyed bonuses, residual income, very little, but passive and residual income, the way our company pays, never before. This is it right here. So the leadership that we have, the support, our CEOs, our corporate staff, our entire team of leaders, we're just excited to be here with each and every one of you guys. And I'm thrilled. Looking forward for this 2026 to be an explosive year.
Here's the beautiful
Fernando
part.
is out there. Fernando is out there on the West Coast in California. I'm on the opposite side of the country here in Southern Florida. I don't know where you are today, Dr. Parker, because you get to keep visiting all these people in different areas as you continue to share the message and the mission. In addition to what a great business this is, I want to invite you to think a little bit outside of the box. Being in the real estate business, one of the hardest things that a realtor, that a mortgage broker in this field does is to generate clients. And one of the most disappointing things is that after all the work of promoting yourself and getting the visibility and then the credibility to start with somebody, and then only to find out that because of credit, they don't qualify. And all of a sudden you've got to turn away and be the deliverer of bad news. But since coming to MWR, where when the banks say no, we say yes, imagine being able to reach into that past client file of all the turndowns, whether you're in the mortgage business or in the real estate business, and all of a sudden say, guess what? All of those clients just come back to life because of what now we can provide. So this is a great add-on business for the real estate industry, for the mortgage industry, for the insurance industry. And I just wanted to highlight, literally from coast to coast, from the East Coast of the United States to the West Coast, from the northern border to the southern borders, even in Puerto Rico. And Fernando, you can tell an interesting story right now about a gentleman who's operating this business from where?
Germany.
Germany.
And Eric, and he brought, this incredible team, Embry in the U.S. from Germany, 9 hour difference. So it's a business that he runs from across the world practically, enjoying life from Germany, generating income from the U.S.
Wow.
So that's why I said think outside the box. Definitely come check out the box. And on that note, Dr. Parker, I'll turn it back to you.
Well, Eric, once again, we're encouraging people to get back with the person that invited you. And we're prayerful that we've given you enough information to make an educated decision to join us on this mission, this ministry, this crusade, this movement. Now would be the time. As I said earlier, if not MWR, then what? And if not now, then when? Let's move this thing across the country. We need boots on the ground, as Eric said. From the East Coast to the West Coast, we've got all the bases covered. We just need to get people out there sharing this story, and they'll gravitate toward it because people now are hurting more than ever before. They're looking for a way. And so let's go tell this story and let people make their own decisions. Don't prejudge anybody, but know that what we bring to the table is impactful and it works. I mean, and Eric, I believe we may have mentioned it, but we're talking a 30-day money back guarantee. So what is MWR saying? If it doesn't do exactly what we say it can do, you get your money back. So who loses on this? Nobody. This is a no lose proposition, guys. And this is not a long term proposition as it relates to growing income. What Fernando Ramirez humbly never talks about is the fact that he became a regional director. This very compensation plan that we're talking about, a revenue sharing plan, became a regional director in a period of 8 months. That income is $200 a day, $6,000 a month, $73,000 a year. Where are you going to do that in 8 months? Where? What can you do to generate that level of income in such a short period of time? And the beautiful part about it, he sponsored someone who came right behind him, and in 90 days, not 8 months. I love the cat, Harry. In 90 days, we're going live, baby.
I think he wants to say something. I think he wants to
Yes.
tell you, to think outside of the box.
I love it. But in 90 days, the young lady he sponsored came right behind him and became a regional director at $200 a day, $6,000 a month, $73,000 a year. 90 days. That's 3 months, guys. 90 days. So, a lot can happen here. I say hit the ground running. Let's go
And think
tell the
about
story.
that. Think about that, Gerald. In 90 days, that kind of income. You know what a lot of people don't realize is that Social Security, right? 80% of Americans retire financially dependent, not independent. And
Mm.
as a result, most people are dependent either mostly on Social Security. Do you know that the maximum Social Security check, Fernando already passed in those several months. The maximum Social Security check is $4,000. Yet only 6% of America ever achieves that maximum Social Security amount. The majority of people are earning that $1,500 to $1,600 a month in their Social Security check, and as a result of that, think about that. When the average rent today in America is 2,000, where does the money come for food? Where does the money come from for utilities? And that's why, as you were saying, there are a lot of people quietly looking for an opportunity, for a solution for them. And like I said, in the one conversation that's the easiest to start, and everyone has it every single day, is the conversation about money and finances. And wouldn't it be nice to say, you know what? I hear what your pain is, but I've got a solution. I've got a solution.
That's what it's all about, my friend. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. We'll continue to do these platforms for you every single Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Without fail, we're here to share the good news. Eric, it's good to be in the saddle with you again tonight, sir. Let's keep doing what we're doing. Guys, once
Dr.
again, your
GW,
mics are open. Yes, sir.
we got Coach T. I think he opened his microphone.
There he is, the man. Listen, Coach T, welcome to the platform, sir. But ladies and gentlemen, you're about to hear from an industry legend, someone who has done this on a big scale in a big way, and saw MWR and planted his flag. So here success leaves clues, Fernando, and here's the clue. He of all people, what does he see that many have yet to see, and why a man of his caliber and success joins an opportunity like this. Coach T, welcome to the platform, sir.
How you doing?
Hey, if it gets any better, I won't be able to stand it, sir. It's good to see you.
Once again, thank you for the incredible information. Whenever I hear it again, I always hear it for the first time because I come with an empty cup. Come to these information sessions not with the mindset I've heard it before. Come with the mindset of I'm learning it again because this is a special language. It's the language of the wealthy, not of the rich. There's a difference between the two. Rich people work for money. Wealthy people, money works for them. That's what Warren Buffett's talking about. And you've just seen the most comprehensive wealth strategy accessible to anyone that comes with an open mind and a willingness to learn. I heard this once before, Dr. Parker. Rich people have big egos. Wealthy people have small egos. But wealthy people have big bank accounts. Rich people have temporary bank accounts. There's a mindset that we must adopt to that you own nothing here. Get over it. I had to. Because we come here with nothing. We're going to leave here with nothing, only with what you can leave for your children's children, hopefully, with what's happening in this economy. MWR has planted themselves as the first premium opportunity that is a complement to what you do financially. It's very unique with the design, what it does. If you're a business owner like me, I have several businesses. I use this to complete and complement, and I've done it from day one with what we do, but it just got even gooder. Better. Keep in mind, I do have a PhD. I have two of them, public high school diploma, and I'm a post hole digger because I'm not scared to get dirty. So this is what we're sharing with everybody, that this is the best wealth plan that you can actually surrender to. You got to come with an open mind, a willingness to learn, and get what you know out the way. That is the biggest challenge sometimes I see with people when they see something like this, because it looks similar to maybe what you've seen before. But if you come here to learn, you'll learn the secrets, and really not secrets, of the wealthy. It's hidden in an incredible book called the Bible. And if you come take a look at it, you'll find everything that we talk about is in that book. The greatest wealth book ever written for man. But it's just the opportunity has changed my life. It complements what I do because this is why. Not everybody can maybe do your profession, but everybody needs advisors. And that is sometimes the biggest secret to what we do, because sometimes we look at the comp plan, amazing comp plan. You know, my wife and I have became, cash flow millionaires through the program. No big deal. That's worked for us. I know how that thinks. I know what we think. But it's accessible to anyone here on this line right now. There is no heavy management. It's a low ceiling here. And we're looking for leaders who want to help people, because then people will be drawn to you. I see some names on here that I'm familiar with that I tell you, what you can do and your compensation for what we share with this without you being the expert, let the system work for you. And we know what system means. Save yourself first. Stress, definitely. Time, definitely. Energy, definitely. And definitely money. I like to say this, and I will end with this. I'm a hashtag guy. I come up with things all the time, and that's just in my spirit. We have now become silver lords, not landlords. So welcome to the world of becoming a silver lord at the perfect time, because everybody wants to rent what you got. So with that being said, there's plenty of room here. We are a family here, and we're here to help. Back to you, Dr. Parker. I didn't want to take too much time, but my heart is full. We have a lot going on, but still, save yourself and then be the examples for others. And that's what we do through this, and the right people to be drawn to you. The world needs you right now. There's some major things happening. This is bigger than what you're looking at right now. All right. So with that being said, I don't want to leak anything else, because I know if I talk long enough, I'm going to slip. All right. But keep in mind, think big, huge, enormous, because we're just getting started. Back to you, Dr. Parker. Great job, Eric. and Fernando and the new team you brought on board. You're inspiring on us. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Trevor, thank you, sir. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, Trevor Thompson, Coach T. Trevor, I'll say this. I had an opportunity to meet with a group of pastors today, and we talked about all that MWR is and what it has the ability to do. And I said to those pastors, this is the wealth transfer that the Bible speaks of. I'm convinced we're in the middle of it, and we're ahead of it. And one of the engines that drives this is God's money. We talk about silver, precious metals. We're in the right place at the right time. I know that's cliche, but guys, it's real. This one you can bank on.
Yep.
Well, ladies and
Coach
gentlemen,
T, one of the most.
Go ahead.
Coach T, one of the most consistent leaders. I mean, the 2025 year, he really stretched me, as a matter of fact, seeing his numbers. So you've led the way, Coach T, and I thank you for those words tonight. Wow, I'm inspired.
You inspired me too, my friend. That's how we do it. Let's keep going. We're just getting started. There's so much coming, y'all. There's so much more coming. Dr. Parker,
Wow.
You know what I'm talking about. There's so much
Yes,
more
sir.
coming.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Hang around.
Well, guys, your mics are open. Please thank our speakers tonight, Eric Wilner, Fernando, for setting the platform up, and Coach T. And pray that you all have a great evening. Let's go get this thing done. Let's finish what we've started.
Amen.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Take care. Bye, Bonita.
Thank you
Bye,
for your
Sandra, Richard.
wisdom.
Great
Ben,
presentation.
Thank you for
Great
your
words of
time.
wisdom. Great
Bye,
example.
Carolita.
Thank you for leading
Ron.
us and sharing
Hey,
information.
Coach T, you dressed for the weather, I see.
Oh, yes, sir. We ready. It's about to get cold in Atlanta.